Hey, what's going on, guys? Goose here, man. Coming back at your video, and going to be previewing a little bit the Saints and the Panthers game that's going to happen this Sunday in Carolina. I guess the game's in Carolina. So, yeah, both teams coming off a loss. Saints lost to the Buccaneers, and the Panthers. Let's see, they lost to the Giants. So, Panthers are 0-2. Saints are 1-1. All right, so the Saints, what do they have to do to win this football game? For one, they're going to have to learn how to run the football a little bit better, and they're going to have to hold on to the football. Mark Ingram's not going to be able to. You can't just fumble the football. He's had 2 fumbles in 2 games, and Saints were very fortunate to win that first game against Atlanta, but you know, we can't have 5 turnovers. We can't have 2 fumbles. We had 2 fumbles last week, 3 interceptions. Just was a Saints did not play very well offensively last week against Tampa Bay. So this week they're going to have to play much better in all phases of football game: offense, defense, special teams. Going to have to play better. We didn't really have many special teams snafus last week, but defensively, we played well defensively until late in the game, where we just got to a point where Tom Brady made a great throw to Perriman for a touchdown. Buccaneers went up 10-3, and that was all she wrote. We couldn't muster any kind of offense to win a football game. Jameis Winston's hurt. It's obviously he's hurt, injured, whatever you want to call it. He has fractured in his back. I have no idea why he even played last Sunday. If he has 4, cracked vertebrae, wherever they call what he had in his back. I'm really surprised that they didn't play Andy Dalton last week. Would have made a difference? Who knows? You can't play the what-if game. If the situation never came about, you can say, oh, the Saints would have won. You don't know if they would have won. But Dalton probably would have been the better option last week, as opposed to a quarterback who couldn't move in the pocket, couldn't run for first downs, and it hindered the Saints. And I think it hindered his throwing ability too. There was one pass, a deep pass to, I think it was a lava they tried to get. They threw it to the end zone. It was kind of underthrown a little bit, and that's what I'm talking about. I think his injury I think his back might have had something to do with on that throw. The other ones, which is bad football throws by Winston, that's just what Winston is. Sometimes he's going to have games where he throws interceptions. It is what it is with him. Hopefully we can get Kamara back this week. He was limited last week in practice, so it's not like he wasn't practicing at all last week. So hopefully Kamara can play this week, because we're going to need him. We're going to need him in the backfield, because we can't just have Ingram, Tony Jones, and Dwayne Washington. Those aren't. It's not ideal. Got to have Kamara back this Sunday against Carolina. And what do we have to do defensively to stop this team? We're gonna have to stop McCaffrey. Now McCaffrey, he can run it, he can catch it. Gonna have to get some pressure on Baker Mayfield. I'm trying to recall how many sacks we had last against Brady. Wasn't many, but I know Davenport's got to show up. Cam Jordan's got to affect the quarterback. The inside interior line's gonna have to stop the running game with McCaffrey. And hopefully Paulson Adebo can come back. Paulson Adebo hasn't played the first 2 weeks. We really need him. In the secondary. We do, just for depth purposes. We got Marshawn Lattimore, but we need Adebo back in the defensive backfield. We need him bad. The leading rusher last week was Taysom Hill. That's for the year. That was for the year. Excuse me. I'm looking at the stats here. That was for the year. Let's see. Yeah, Ingram was the leading rusher last week. He had 60 yards. Taysom Hill only carried 3 times last week. A little surprised that they didn't bring Taysom Hill more running the Wildcat, but the one time they did, he got stuffed. There was one time they brought him in, and Tampa Bay knew exactly what was happening in the Saints. I'm sorry, in the Tampa Bay stuffed Taysom Hill. But I think this is going to be a close game. I think the Saints are going to win by 3. I think I'm going to say Will Lutz makes a field goal with under 2 minutes to go in the game, and then Baker Mayfield throws an interception to close it out. That's my prediction. So who dat? I'll see you guys next time, and have a good one. Remember, like, subscribe, ring the bell. Talk to you later.